Can a man vanish into thin air mid-flight with $200,000? Welcome to the enigma of D.B. Cooper. On a chilly November evening in 1971, an audacious act of skyjacking played out, one that would etch itself into the annals of American criminal history. A man, known to us only as D.B. Cooper, boarded a Boeing 727 aircraft. He was an ordinary passenger, or so it seemed. As the aircraft hummed along, Cooper handed the flight attendant a note. The contents? A chilling ransom demand. His audacity didn't end there. Armed with the ransom money, he did the unthinkable. He strapped on a parachute and leapt into the unknown, disappearing into the chilling night air. This wasn't just any crime. It was an act of audacity, of boldness, that was unprecedented. This brazen act of airborne piracy remains an unsolved mystery, even after decades of rigorous investigation. Let's rewind to November 24, 1971, the day that etched D.B. Cooper into the annals of criminal lore. On this late autumn day, an unassuming man who went by the name of Dan Cooper boarded Northwest Airlines Flight 305 from Portland to Seattle. He was dressed in a business suit, carrying a briefcase, and had a reserved demeanor that didn't raise any eyebrows. But beneath this veneer of normalcy, Cooper was hatching a plan that would stun the world. As the plane was cruising at 10,000 feet, he slid a note to the flight attendant. The note, written in neat capital letters, sent shockwaves through the cabin. It read, "I have a bomb in my briefcase. I will use it if necessary. I want you to sit next to me. You are being hijacked." The flight attendant complied, and Cooper laid out his demands. $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck standing by in Seattle to refuel the aircraft upon arrival. Upon landing in Seattle, his demands were met promptly, and the passengers were released. Once refueled, the plane ascended once more into the night sky, this time with only Cooper, the flight crew, and his ransom. He ordered the pilots to set a course for Mexico City, but with a peculiar set of instructions. The plane was to fly at a low altitude and at a reduced speed. It was clear that Cooper knew his aircraft well. Then, somewhere over southwestern Washington, in the midst of a stormy night, Cooper did the unthinkable. He lowered the aft stairs of the Boeing 727, stepped out into the freezing wind, and leapt into the darkness. The last glimpse the crew had was of Cooper, swallowed up by the storm, carried away by the winds, and vanishing into the vast, unending night. And just like that, D.B. Cooper disappeared into the night sky, never to be seen again. In the aftermath of Cooper's daring escape, a massive manhunt was launched. The FBI, in one of its most extensive and exhaustive efforts, embarked on a quest to locate the enigmatic parachutist who vanished in the sky. Evidence was diligently collected, every scrap and shred analyzed with the utmost precision. From the tie left behind by Cooper, to the fragments of the ransom money found years later, each piece of evidence was a tantalizing clue, a piece of the puzzle that could potentially lead to the elusive hijacker. The investigation's scope was vast, spanning across multiple states, involving countless law enforcement officers and countless man-hours. The FBI produced composite sketches based on the memories of the flight attendants and passengers. These sketches, disseminated widely, became the face of D.B. Cooper in the public's imagination. Over the course of the investigation, thousands of suspects were interrogated. Men from all walks of life found themselves under the scrutiny of the FBI, their lives dissected in the search for any connection to the skyjacking. Yet each lead seemed to fizzle out, each suspect dismissed, as they failed to match the enigma that was D.B. Cooper. The scale of the investigation was unprecedented, not just for its sheer size but for its lack of a concrete lead. The trail seemed to grow colder with each passing day. The FBI, despite its best efforts, was left grappling with dead ends and unanswered questions. The investigation into D.B. Cooper's disappearance became a symbol of an unsolvable mystery, a testament to the audacity of one man against the might of an entire investigative agency. It was an investigation that left more questions than answers, a labyrinth with no clear path to the center. As the years rolled on, the intensity of the search waned, resources were reallocated, and the focus shifted. The D.B. Cooper case, once a top priority, slowly faded into the annals of FBI history. Despite their best efforts, the FBI hit a dead end, and the D.B. Cooper case went cold. Over the years, the D.B. Cooper case has spawned countless theories and speculations. One of the most popular theories suggests that Cooper was a seasoned paratrooper. This theory stems from his apparent knowledge of parachutes and aircraft, his calm demeanor under pressure, and the audacity of his plan. Proponents of this theory postulate that only a person with military training, specifically paratrooper training, could have executed such a daring and precise operation. Then, there's the theory that Cooper didn't survive the jump. The conditions on the night of his daring escape were far from ideal. It was raining, the wind was strong, and the terrain below was challenging, to say the least. Some speculate that Cooper might have succumbed to the harsh elements or perhaps fatally misjudged his landing. Perhaps the most tantalizing theory of all is the possibility of Cooper living under a new identity. This theory suggests that Cooper successfully eluded law enforcement, changed his identity, and lived out the rest of his life in obscurity, taking the secrets of his audacious skyjacking to the grave. Each of these theories has its own set of supporting arguments and counterarguments, with no definitive proof to validate any of them conclusively. Each theory is as intriguing as it is unverifiable, adding to the enduring mystery of D.B. Cooper. More than 50 years later, the D.B. Cooper case remains America's only unsolved skyjacking. A narrative that started with a brazen act in the sky, led us through a labyrinth of events, investigations, theories, and speculations. Yet the truth about Cooper's identity and fate remains shrouded in mystery. This enduring puzzle, with its myriad unanswered questions, continues to hold a firm grip on public fascination. In the end, the enigma of D.B. Cooper remains, a tantalizing mystery that continues to captivate and confound us to this day.